Hello everybody and welcome to this video. In today's video we're going to have some coding exercises with respect to the for loops in R. So why do we need to have for loops? For example, imagine that you would like to print 5 numbers from 1 to 5. So what you need to do is to write down print 1, for example, print 2, print 3, print 4, and print 5. Okay, this is what you need to do if you want to print numbers from 1 to 5. So you can do it manually for numbers from 1 to 5 because the range is so small, you can do it in less than 10 seconds probably. But if the size of this range increases and you would like to print numbers from 1 to 100, it does not take less than 10 seconds. It consumes a lot of time. Rather than doing things manually, you can use loops in order to have efficiency in writing your codes. So here, for example, in order to print numbers 1 to 5, I simply have a for loop. This is the keyword for declaration of a for loop. For each I here is my iterating variable. For each I that is in the range of 1 to 5. Okay, including 1 and including 5. So it's going to start from 1 and it's going to end at 5. For each I in this range, execute this part of the code. And this part of the code is basically printing this message, iteration, and then also prints the I. So when I run this code, we see these prints in the output. So iteration 1, iteration 2, iteration 3, iteration 4, and iteration 5. So in each iteration, I gets one value in this range. In the first iteration, I equals 1. In the second iteration, I equals 2. In the third iteration, I equals 3. And then 4, and then 5. So this is basically how we can print numbers from 1 to 5 simply using a for loop rather than doing things manually. As you see, it's easier to do it in 2 lines only. Then we would like to now learn how to loop through vector elements. So imagine that we are having a vector called fruits, and here my vector has these 3 elements: apple, banana, and cherry. And I would like to loop through the elements of this vector. In order to do that, what I do simply is to have a for loop for each fruit in the fruits vector. This fruit is my iterating variable. It can be I, for example. So I name it I, or I can name it, for example, X. Whatever you want, you can choose it yourself. So for each X that is in the fruits, in each iteration, do this part of the code. Print that element for me, and I would like it to be uppercase. So when I run this code, you see that we are having apple, banana, and cherry. So in the first iteration, X equals apple. So we are having the print of apple, and it's in uppercase because we are calling the toUpper function in order to uppercase our letters. Then in the second iteration, X equals banana. So we see banana here. And in the third iteration, X equals cherry, and we are printing X, which equals cherry, and we are printing cherry in the output. So this is also basically how we can loop through vector elements. And finally, if we want to loop with index and value, for example, here I can have for each I that is in the fruits, but before calling the fruits vector, I call the sekalong function. This is going to help me to have the indices as well. And then in the next line, I'm printing the value of I and also the ith element of that fruits vector. So let's see the output. It would be less abstract. Looking at the output, we see that in the first iteration, I equals apple. Okay. In the second iteration, I equals banana, and in the third iteration, I equals cherry. Okay. But when we are calling the ith element of the fruits vector, we see this, meaning that, for example, we are having the call of fruits with index, for example, 1, then the call of fruits with the indexed 2 and fruits with index 3. Okay, so when I, in the first iteration, I equals 1, and it is going to call the first element of the fruits vector, which is apple. Okay, this is what is being done here basically. So then I equals 2, we are having the second element of the fruits vector, which is banana, and we're calling the third element of the fruits vector, which is cherry. So this is why apple, banana, and cherry are being printed here on the right hand side, and on the left hand side we see 1, 2, and 3. So this is the value of I, 1, 2, and 3. So when I equals 1, 1 is being printed here, and then fruits for the first element is called, which is here. So the first element of the fruits vector is called, which is apple. Then I equals 2, the second element of the fruits is called, so banana is there, and I equals 3, then the third element of the fruits vector is called, which is cherry in the output. So in this video we learned how to loop through a numeric range, how to loop through a vector element, and how to loop through a vector with index and value. Thanks for watching.